Oh my gosh, I love this idea.
I'm loving it too.
Talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular, never the same, totally unique, completely not ever been done before.
Hosting online events is hot right now. It's trending because we've had to take our events online, and so many businesses are trying to figure out, how do I create engagement and community and bring people together when I can't necessarily bring people together? So I've been running events for over 8 years online. It's something that we have nailed down to a science, but I thought, rather than me teach you what I do, why don't we make it a little bit more fun? I'm Amy Walker, small business strategist, and if you're here for the first time, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification so you can get notified every time we release new content. Today I've enlisted Michelle McCullough to come and go through the challenge so that you can watch her journey from a new idea to 7 days later, a profitable event plan. So let's meet Michelle.
My name is Michelle McCullough. I own a digital marketing agency, but I am also a professional public speaker on high performance and happiness. I've written 2 books, one called The Make It Happen Blueprint, that is all about high performance practices, and one about happiness. And it's a little tip book that helps provide tools and ideas to help you create your own happiness toolkit. I am looking forward to spending the next 7 days with you. Follow along.
Hey Michelle, so excited to have you here. Thanks for doing this with me.
I am so excited. Thanks for having me.
I love that you're gonna consider doing an event, because when you reached out and said you would be my, guinea pig, I was like, why in the world has Michelle not hosted a conference before? Like, you're so perfect for this. I love it.
Oh my gosh, I should have done it a long time ago. And it's just one of those things that you've had in the back of your head so many times. And then another thing happens and another thing happens. It's not like I'm sitting on my thumbs and not doing anything, but it certainly needs to be a priority.
Here's kind of how the challenge is going to flow. Each day you're going to have a specific assignment that you'll do, and really what you're doing is you're making sure that you have the profit plan in place, because I've seen a lot of people host really great online conferences and do crazy things like not capture names, emails, and phone numbers. Or not have a product to sell, or they're interviewing everybody else, but then they just look like a professional interviewer and they didn't actually give themselves time to, profit, or they don't have a package put together, or they hosted an event that actually leads people into something other than what they do. And so I want to make sure that we really have that profit model in plan for you. So it's going to be pretty simple. Each day you'll go and you'll open up the guide. You'll go through the instructions. It will walk you through exactly what you need to do. And if you have any questions, you can reach out and, hit me up. I'm happy to answer questions. But it should be pretty smooth. What are you thinking about in terms of getting this event going?
I'm just excited to dive in. I think you're certainly the master. I have been on a number of your summits before, but I've never done one of my own. So I'm excited to have a front row seat to what you do and learn from your genius.
What do you want to happen at the end of this event? Like, what's the end goal that you want to achieve?
I don't know. I mean, I've thought through it for so many times. Obviously, I want to grow my email list. I think that's at the top, number one for me, and having those clients and customers, or prospects, I should say, at that point, long term for whatever it is that I provide for them. But I think in the digital age that we're living in, especially in the virtual world, I'm really interested in getting more virtual speaking engagements. And so I'm going to explore through your exercises what would be the best kind of topic and focus to try to help me get some more of those types of business.
Well, girl, you're in totally the right place, because all of my virtual speaking gigs come through my summits. Literally all of them. And then we added last year about 6,000 emails to our list that we did not pay for at all. It was just about half of that was from us hosting our own events, and about half of that came from us speaking on other people's events. So, I mean, this is the right strategy for you. I love that. It's gonna be so fun.
Yes, I'm excited. Thanks.
Okay, so we're gonna let you get to work, and you're going to tell us how it's going every day, and then I will talk to you in 7 days when it's done and see how it all went. Day 1 is focusing on your ideal client. You need to know who you're trying to attract into this event, and you need to really understand them, because it doesn't do you any good to create a really amazing event and then it is filled with a bunch of like gaming 13-year-olds who don't have any interest in business.
I have to at least have 4 hours a day of Xbox.
What I want you to do in this day is you're going to take a look at who your ideal client is, where they hang out, what other events are already catering towards them, and what can we learn from our competition.
So as I was preparing for this summit, we're going to be talking specifically to individuals who are currently working in corporate jobs, and it could be some entrepreneurs too, but mostly those who are working in corporate positions who are specifically worrying about the transitions between virtual and in office, and who are kind of figuring out how to thrive in a new environment where they have been super excited to work professionally, and now everything has changed and things are different and it doesn't look like it's going to go back to the way it was. So reality is that if I can pick one specific area, a group of people that I know need this conversation, actually we all need it because it's been very, very weird and it's been a crazy world. But if I can make sure I reach this specific audience, I know it will trickle down into other places. And so I'm focusing on this audience because I know them, I work with them, they're my private clients. But this exercise was actually really, really good for me to help me get really narrowed in my niche, to not even just say adults, but to get clear about those people who are actually working in specific industries. We're focusing on tech companies. So this process was really, really important. And even though I am in marketing and I feel like I always have it put together, it was really helpful for me to walk through those 4 steps to make sure that I am talking to the right people. So day 1, check.
Day number 2, you're going to create your sales goals and your sales plan, because we need to make sure we go into this event with a way to make money. Too many people run an event and then afterwards they're thinking through, how could I have made money from that event? It's too late at that point. You have to have the plan in place right from the very beginning.
Hey there, everybody. Day 2, and I'm literally coming to you in the 11th hour because it is like 11:30 p.m. And I'm so grateful for Amy's step-by-step process, because I probably would have skipped this and saved this for the end, but it's been really helpful for me to go through the sales process and to discover what it is that I want to accomplish and do, and what it is that I'm actually going to sell. And so through this process, I am clear that my number one goal is to get speaking engagements and speaking clients. In the virtual world, there are so many different ways that you can connect with your team, and it is needed now way more than ever. I've identified a couple of other ways that people can easily engage and be part of my prospects list and to be on my email list, and I'm going to be working on promoting and selling some of my books. So I have a book called The Make It Happen Blueprint. This is the first book that I got published with a publisher. I self-published it first, but this is a book about high performance practices. So it's all of my favorite success tips into one. So I'm going to be mentioning this and probably doing a giveaway or 2, but I'm actually going to be focusing on the sales of this book, which is my most recent book. It's called The Happiest, and there are 30 tips in here for living the happiest life. Now, I had this idea today. I'm going to run it by Amy a little bit later, but I think one of the things I'm going to do as part of this process is to create a resources list. So that resources list will have things like the books on it. They will also have some free resources, maybe links to some of my podcasts, downloads for people who may not quite be ready for that. But if I just have a simple top 10 resources list on my website and include some of the sales items there, I can reference that resources list throughout the entire session. So those are just some of the things that I learned today. And I love that you're following along in this process. I hope it's inspiring you about how you can create sales as part of your summit. So just join me. Tomorrow is day 3, and I'm looking forward to it.
Day 3, we're going to find our ideal promotion partners. These are the people that are going to help you fill the event. You can have the world's greatest event, but if it's just you and your mom and your sisters, not going to be very profitable. We need to attract in the right audiences, and there's a few different types of promotional partners that you're going to need.
Hey, I'm back for day 3. I made it. This one was actually one of the easier ones for me. I have probably participated in over 20 summits as a guest. And so because of those experiences, I was able to quickly go through the different types of partners and identify what kind of process I want to use for this particular summit for Virtually Happy. While I would love for this to be an affiliate event, I want the focus to be list building. So there's not going to be an initial cost to participate, nor am I planning to sell the recordings at the end. Though that could change down the road, I really have decided that through the course of this process, I'm going to be using speaker partners. Finding speaker partners is an ideal fit, both utilizing my network, but also attracting the kind of people that I want to be working with. I also have my eye on some corporate partners, some speakers that could be a good fit there, that maybe reaching out to somebody at the CXO level at a couple of my previous clients might be a good option for this, for just validation maybe, so that other companies can see this at work. I made my list. I've got about 15. I think I've decided that I'm going to go with one that's a little bit smaller. I know there are lots of big mega summits out there, and I also know I am tired, especially in the middle of some crazy years and dealing with lots of changes in the world. I think I'm going to simplify. Hopefully I'll run that by Amy and see what she has to say. You want to follow the trends a little bit, but also there are times where you have to be aware of what your own limits and abilities are. So day 3 is in the books.
Day number 4 is where it starts to get really fun. You need to distinguish your event, because guess what? There are a ton of online virtual events and conferences right now. The competition has never been fiercer. But here's the great news. Most of them all look pretty similar, using similar messaging, similar graphics, similar speakers. If you'll spend the time to distinguish your event and figure out how to make it stand out from the crowd, you're going to be able to get the registrations and the attendees.
Hi, we made it to day 4. I do not know if it is because today was crazy, or if day 4 is getting to me, or if something else completely, but distinguishing your event was a little bit tricky. And trying to come back to some of the things that Amy talked about in terms of creating community, because I know you can do Facebook events and Facebook groups that hopefully will have conversations a long time down the road, which I would love to do. I also know they can be really great for engagement, and I want to encourage social sharing. Facebook has been good for that, but I also know that this audience might be more on LinkedIn. And so I spent some time looking into some of those pieces, and I went down some rabbit holes. The differentiating parts are so important, and I can see where those are. And I definitely made some notes about some things that I want to do. And I've always felt really strongly about community. Social media has been at the top of my list. We've built a pretty good following on Twitter, but there's just different factors and different pieces of it. And I know the community piece is so important. And I know that when you're gathering like-minded individuals, and especially when you go really deep in your niche, that having a sense where they feel like they belong is so important. So I really tried to figure this out and to see if there was something that you wanted to call, if I wanted to call the group. I also want it to last beyond this and also have maybe some other things. So this distinguishing part is good, but I definitely left with some questions. And while it is the end of the day, and I'm glad to go through the process, even though some days are hard. And yet at the same time, I know that everything builds on each other. And so I'm glad to be doing the work, but it is work. Like, it's actually work. Spoiler alert. That said, I think we will make it, and we will make it to day 5. And if nothing else, I'm starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Not that it's bad, but sometimes I think that I'm sure that if I didn't have some accountability, I might have given up by now. But I am glad to be part of this process and super grateful for Amy's step-by-step approach, because I've been needing to do one of these for a long time, and I know all the steps, but I didn't have the accountability. And so if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling day 4 stuck, find somebody that can help keep you accountable to keep you going, because it's so, so important.
In day number 5, we are going to create win-wins for our promotional partners. This is going to set you apart from the competition and help increase your numbers of registrations. Because when the people that are promoting the event are excited and enlisted into making this event successful, your job of filling the event becomes so much easier. It truly becomes a group effort.
Okay, here we are for day 5, positioning for the win-win. And this one is so important. And I know this because I've done so many different telesummits over the years, as I've mentioned before. But we're trying to find the way that you create a win-win process for both the people who sign up for the event, for me as the event coordinator, and also my long-term goals, but then also for the speakers and the people who are trying to be involved. And so as I was thinking about the win-win, it's actually a win-win-win-win, because you need your attendees, you and your speakers. And so as I was thinking through this was really effective for me to go through this process, because it's really easy for me to be me focused and say, well, I really want this, and I want big lists, and I want all of these different things. And yet at the same time, I know that I need to work together with my speaker affiliates who are going to be part of it, and speaker partners. I did create a list. So here are some of the things that I am working on to create win-wins. Of course, I'm going to create all of the deliverables for the event. So graphics, scripts, I'm going to try to make it as easy as possible for them. I'm going to do lots of featuring of them, and I'm going to give them an opportunity to be interviewed on some other things that I do as well, so that they can get some multiple cross-promoted information. I'm going to give them the opportunity to keep their recordings for them to use for their own use. And I am also going to give them an opportunity to share something for free from their website that we can direct people to, so that they can grow their email list as well. That said, at the end of the day, as somebody who has done this multiple times and has not seen very many people sign up for my email list as a result of that, my goal is to make them look like a rock star to the audience, so that people want to reach out and want to connect. This is such an important part of the process. And I think sometimes this gets skipped because we're so me focused. So I'm grateful that I was able to spend today creating my checklist of the different ways I'm going to win, the different ways my speaker partners are going to win, and the different ways the audience is going to win. And day 5 is done.
Day number 6, you are actually going to write your reach out scripts and start reaching out to get your promotional partners, whether they're your affiliates or they're your speakers or they are your brand ambassadors. You're going to start that process of enlisting that core group of people who is going to make this event a success.
Day 6, I'm not going to lie, is messing with my brain a little because it's getting real. I've made my list of, so this today is all about reaching out and making your list of people who are going to be on your summit. And that is actually a fairly daunting task. So I made my list. Actually, I'm going to ask Amy about this, but I'm kind of looking into maybe doing a smaller summit. I don't think I want to wrangle 20 cats right now, but I think I'm looking for like an 8 to 10 person summit, considering doing it in all one day, or maybe over just 4 days with 2 a day. I'm still thinking through that piece, and I will make sure I make that decision soon. But I made my short list. I started with 20 people because even if I am going for 8 to 10, I still know that there's some people it won't be right fit for. And so I made my master list, and I started to make some connections on social media, as Amy recommends. I have not reached out with my script yet, and I know that needs to happen, but I'm doing it. I'm reaching out to some people. I'm getting excited. I'm finding some people who are the right fit, and I am looking forward to some of those connections because it's going to be super awesome. And day 6 didn't kill me. And so while I haven't made all of the invitations yet, I did get started, and I have my list. And so I am ready to go.
Day number 7, we're going to start focusing on production. You're going to create your event production timeline. You're going to start working on all of the pieces that you need. It's going to take you anywhere between 8 to 12 weeks to really put on this event. But now you've got the revenue plan in place, you've got the production plan in place, and you will be all set to host a really successful event.
Okay, here we are, day 7. This is the finish line, and it was also a really tricky day. I'm glad about the whole process, and day 7 is also exciting and terrifying at the same time. I'm working on the timeline, and I finished the timeline, and as I'm looking about 2 months out. So 2 months from now, I'm considering everything from production to marketing to completing my invitations to everything in between. And 2 months seems so far away, and it also seems like it can't come fast enough all at the same time, because I'm super excited about how it's all come together, and I've made some of the introductions, and while I don't have any commitments yet, I am super excited about the people that I'm interested in having, and I really want to get this information in front of the people who need it most. And so I'm starting to feel a little bit anxious. What I'm really glad about this step 4 is that it's giving me a checklist. So in the process of creating the timeline, I now know exactly what needs to be done and when. I also have identified what internal people I'm using that I already have on my team and those that I need to work with that are experts in their field in outsourcing everything from landing pages to copy. As much as I love to think that I'm great at copy, I'm actually not great at it. So I'm getting some help with that. So it's fun to start to see how the pieces are coming together. And now I have a lot of work to do, but I'm excited about it and thrilled. And I'm so grateful for this process and for Amy and her genius systems because it gives me the ability to actually do it. And I have never been closer to creating a summit in my whole life. I probably should have done a summit like this years and years ago. And yet I've never taken the time to sit down and do it like we've been walked through this week. And so if you are thinking about doing a summit, you can absolutely do it. I am a busy mom. I'm running 3 companies. I'm trying to figure out how to work with new schedules, new systems in a very weird world. And so if I can do this, you can do this. 7 days to creating your summit and helping you have a profitable business while you do it. So it's possible, it's there. And now it is your turn to create your profitable summit. And I am excited for you to get started. Thanks for sticking around and for watching me through this process. I hope you learned a few things. And I also hope that you avoid some of the mistakes that I made too along the way. I'm cheering you on and wish you all the best in creating your profitable event.
Are you ready to launch your profitable event? You want to get the workbook and you want to get the instructions and step-by-step guides that Michelle got to go through in order to create her profitable event. So make sure that you click the link below and you can go download that for free and then get started. So let's circle back around and see how all this came together for Michelle. You did your 7-day challenge.
I made it.
How did it go?
It's kind of like that phrase, it's the best of times, it was the worst of times. I mean, it's not really the worst because I really enjoyed the work, but it is work, right? It's not just sitting there for a minute and twiddling your thumbs. So there were certainly parts and days that I found easier than others with my experience, which I'm grateful for. But then there were certainly days where I really tried to dig just a little bit deeper. I believe in the principle, if you want different results, you need to have different actions. And so even just kind of looking back at some of the things I've done before and making the decision to be super intentional about it being better.
So let's talk about what were some of the days that were easy for you. I am guessing that day number 1 was super breezy for you.
Yeah, I would say that was one of the easiest, though it still challenged me a little, right? Because I want to help everyone and I want to speak to everyone, but I really tried to peel back the layers and to go, how do I accomplish my ultimate goal of getting speaking engagements? Because it just can't be speaking to everyone. So it took a little extra work, but that was an easier day.
Good. And what would you say was the hardest day? The day where you're like, Amy Walker, the next time I see you, no donuts for you.
Well, I will always bring you donuts, and I'm so grateful for your help through this process. But I would say that the sales day was a little bit tricky, even though I knew exactly what I wanted. Getting specific about sales goals was just a little taxing. I think you'll see that. You saw that when I made the video, but and the other part is partners. I think that even though I've been on the end of being a partner before, I really had to think about what I really wanted. And so I spent a little extra time there than I probably could have or should have in that day. But it's because it was a little tricky. I really wanted to make sure I was finding the right people to work with.
Well, I think that is the place to dig in and take your time, because if you have the wrong partners, you will do all of the work for production and you will end up without the reward. And we've done that before. I mean, how do you learn the lessons? By doing it wrong, right? So if ever there's a day and a place to spend a lot of time, is making sure that you really do have the right partners. So did you actually start reaching out, and do you have anyone who has responded?
No, I haven't started reaching out yet. I have my list. I think I want to do it with some kind of small. So I don't want to do a 20-person event. I'm probably looking for 8 to 10 unless you would direct me otherwise.
I love that you're bringing this up, because pendulums swing, right? And whatever everyone else is doing, do something different. So right now the Omega events are all over the place, right? So everybody's events, 40 speakers, 20 speakers, mega events are all over the place right now. So what I have done to differentiate my events is make them intimate events. And so we're focusing on less speakers, but more opportunities for connection. So we are doing things like, in fact, we've shifted our platform off of Zoom and onto AirMeet, because AirMeet allows you to do things like have networking And you can have table discussions where they can sit in a group with the speaker that they loved with, 6 other people and just ask them questions. And events are trendy. So I think you're right on track with not going for a mega event, but just focusing on like a quality event. And then I would look for like, how can you build connection? How can you build engagement? How can you build community and just really rock it? It might not bring you, 750 leads. It might not, but you know what? The reality is those mega events are going down in efficacy as well because everybody is doing them. So getting, the right people who are really engaged and are excited to then schedule with you and book with you and buy from you, like there's value in that.
Good advice. And I'm glad I thought that. I know that there are different times and seasons for things. And for me to try to track down and be herding 40 cats right now sounds tragic. But I also think about having some of those deeper conversations and being able to really do what I want to do with the subject, finding the experts that will go deep. And I would rather go deep in a few areas than have some small puddles in other places.
I think you're totally on track. Okay, I want to hear back when you start your reach outs and let me know how that goes. Are there any other, as you've gone through the process, was there anything that you're like, okay, I still want to know about this? Any last minute things you want me to go over?
So I did find myself feeling like, okay, yeah, I can do a Facebook group and yeah, I can do this other thing over here and I can bring them all in. But do you have any thoughts about both engagement during the event and long-term conversations after that I should be taking into consideration as I launch?
So engagement during the event has a lot to do with your speaking style, and also the platform that you're on creates opportunities for that. So that's one of the reasons why I'm in that new phase, like when you first start dating someone, you're like, everything about them is great. Even though I see the flaws, I don't even care because the rest is so great. I'm in that phase with Air Meet right now. And so you can do things like you can have polls where you can ask a question and people can do the poll. You can do, one of the things that I have found that helps is to bring in between speakers, bring someone up from the audience, let them ask a question and let them get an answer from the person that they just had a conversation with. That helps to bring engagement in. Having them do social media call outs, like, hey, everybody go online and say what your biggest takeaway was and use the hashtag this. That sort of stuff will help the event to stay engaged. So you really, really need to be bringing them in. Having them type in emojis or in the chat, okay, are you guys with me? If you are, type in, I'm with you. Those types of call outs we do naturally in live events. We do things like turn to your neighbor and give them a high five. And, you can see their heads bobbing and you can see when they start falling asleep. And you just have to assume that all of that same stuff is happening when they're online and require them to be an active participant. That's the best thing that you can do to create engagement during the event. And then in terms of making this be something that is a long-term relationship, selling them your products and services is the best way to create a long-term relationship, because even with your free Facebook group, that's a great free step, but ideally the best place and you've been in business a long time, I've been in business a long time, we know this, that when we actually do business with someone, that's where the relationship is the deepest and it's the most long lasting. And so moving them into a product or a program and having them make some sort of a purchase where you can have a closer, deeper connection is really good.
Okay.
To give you some ideas?
Then my next question to that is, and one of the things I talked about on day 2 was I have books, right? So, but the ultimate goal is I would rather sell a $5,000 or $7,500 speaking engagement than I would a $20 book. But at the same time, I also want to build that relationship. And I know that one of the fastest ways to connection is with a credit card. And not that I need to charge people a lot of money, but just because then they're invested in the relationship and I have something to give them. So where is it appropriate? Like if I know that my focus is speaking engagements, is there a place along the way that I drop a book sale? And where is that?
Okay, well, book sales, yeah, you can sell books whenever you want to. But here's what I would do for you. This is what I would use as your sales strategy. So I would say, my passion is speaking to organizations. Here's the type of organizations that I speak to. And I am going to give away one speaking engagement, but here is how you do it. and they have to apply to be, oh my gosh, I love this idea. I'm so excited, Michelle.
I'm loving it
They
too.
have to fill out an application in order to enter the drawing, but the application is like, what's the organization? How many people are members? What are some of the current challenges? So basically, you've gotten all of the information that you need to then, and who's the contact person? You've gotten all of the information that you need to then follow up and book that speaking engagement. So one person wins a free one, but you'll end up with a whole bunch of leads, and then you can start working those leads and getting yourself booked. If you want more tips on how to host a profitable online event, check out my video, How to Host a Virtual Event, Tips for the Most Profitable Online Events. If you are enjoying this content, make sure that you hit the like button so we know you love it and we can produce more like it. Also, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit the bell notification, share this with anyone else that you think could benefit. And if you're looking for a community of like-minded entrepreneurs, head on over to our private Facebook group, Acquire, where you can get connected, ask questions, and just join the behind-the-scenes community.
Day 7 complete. Now it is your turn.